Here's a little hint on the hangman game. Here I'm showing you the 4 lists that you need to create. Actually, the word list is a big long list of all the possible random words that you're going to choose from. Selected word is the randomly selected word that's going to end up in this list. User progress obviously is a bunch of dashes, and when the user guesses a letter, that's going to get filled in. And letters guessed is the letters that the user actually guesses. That's going to get filled in with one letter at a time. So at the beginning of the game, when I run this thing, hopefully this works, you can see that a word was randomly selected on. That's my random word. I can run it again. Okay, it's cloth. I'll run it again. And you can see that randomly words come up every single time, daily. So what you're supposed to do is create 4 blocks that you're going to use in the rest of your program. The first block is to put letters of the randomly selected word into this list called selected word, and I can show you what it looks like. So the random word, I'm supposed to put the letters of random word into selected word. So if I run this, you can see that it'll take one letter at a time. I'll run it. It takes one letter at a time. You know how to make a little for loop to get one letter at a time, and places it into selected word. The next block that you need to write is supposed to put that many dashes. So I'll give you a little hint here. How am I going to figure out how many dashes? Well, it's length of random word. I'll go back to variables. So let's say the random word is 5 letters. It will put 5 dashes into the user progress. Here's user progress. Let me back this up a little bit. Oop. Hopefully you can see that. So if I run this, it put 5 dashes into user progress. Again, that's pretty easy. You just need a for loop to put 5 dashes. I'm sorry. These are actually underscores. I misspoke when I'm saying dashes. I probably should not have named it dashes. These are actually underscores. There's a different underscores at the bottom. Dashes are in the middle. So these really are underscores, more properly named. The next block is supposed to add some letter that's guessed. I'm sorry. It's supposed to look for a letter. Like if a user guesses a letter, it's supposed to look for that letter in the selected word list and add it to the user progress. So let's just do an example. So if I put like A here, if I type in A, and it's supposed to look through the selected word. So in other words, it's going to look for an A in this guy, and every time it finds an A, it's going to copy it to the user progress. So let's see if that works. So if I put an A there, it fills in this guy with an A. If I put a Y there, it looks for a Y and fills in a Y. Now, if there were more than one occurrence in selected word, it would obviously fill in more than one occurrence in user progress. And the final thing that I have here is for this guy and the girl to be able to say a list as one string with spaces. So, for example, if I put in selected word here and I run this, it says daily with spaces in between it, or probably you wouldn't use it for that. You'd probably use it for user progress. So if I do this, now remember the girl character there says the girl character displays the user's progress. So she would use this to say, obviously, space and then the characters are there. This guy is going to say the letters guessed, so as those get added to the letters guessed, he will use this block, list with spaces, to say the letters guessed. But anyway, this block is supposed to, it's a very simple block, it reports back all of the items in a list with spaces in between each one. So hopefully this wasn't too confusing, and hopefully this will help you get started a little bit.